Just a quick video to help you guys about risk assessment. In the first video, we talk about the obligations to do risk assessment. And that question seems to be creating difficulty for people. People don't seem to understand it. I see it when I look at the assignment feedbacks, and a lot of people get it wrong. Let me rephrase it. Obligations is reasons why you do something. So the first reason why we do risk assessment is because the law says so. We have a legal obligation. The law places a duty on us to do risk assessments so that we can keep people safe. It's explicitly pointed out in the Occupational Health and Safety Act that you have to identify all the hazards and then you have to control them and so on and so on. Okay, so there's a legal reason. And if you don't do that and something goes wrong in your organization and somebody gets hurt or the department decides to do an inspection, then you may be criminally liable or liable to the state because you didn't discharge your duty to do that. And later on, when the government is finished with you, then victims of your lack of risk assessment and any consequences because of that, they can then sue you in a civil capacity. Right, so because the law says we have to do it, it places that obligation on us. It's like driving within the speed limit, like not stealing and not killing somebody, that kind of thing. Okay. The second reason why we have is a moral obligation. A moral obligation means we do it because it's the right thing within the society that we are. In other words, it's not seen if somebody was going to exploit your family, if somebody was going to let your wife, father, children work in terrible conditions where they have to risk their lives every day and they get sick, you wouldn't be happy about this. And if you can, you would then either let them work somewhere else or you would confront the company owner. And if something happens to them while they are under those conditions, of course, you will then revert back to the legal obligation. So the moral obligation is we do it because we wouldn't like anybody else to do it to us. It's immoral to exploit people's safety and health for making money for yourself. The third reason is because it's a good business and people seem to get that one. But good, if you want to run a good business, it's got to be run in a well thought out way. You've got to have control about what you're doing. So 3 reasons why we do risk assessments, 3 obligations. Because the law says so, a legal obligation, because it's the right thing to do, and because it makes sense in a business to have control over what you're doing and to avoid surprises.